Okay, guys, so it's officially the start of the week. Today is Sunday, October 2nd. Um, so what am I looking at? So I haven't looked at the markets since Friday, so I'm also having a fresh look at these markets. So let's go to GU. So last week, I think around Monday or Tuesday, I mentioned how if price comes back up to here, this would be a high quality trade setup because it's on the higher time frame, and also how all of these gaps are filled in to an order block and back to a retracement level. So I see this as a retracement to continue bearishness to the downside. As we can see, we did see rejection up here. So we see a rejection from the higher time frame. We see a breaker block being formed, and we see price rejecting off this 1 hour order block. So that's very clean. However, it is not kill zone, and today is only Sunday, so I wouldn't take the setup. But if this was London session or New York session on a Tuesday or any other day besides Sunday or Friday, this would be a very clean setup because it's just price action is more accurate or higher probability during kill zones and during the weekdays, not at times like this. So like I said, we see on the higher time frame there's an order block. We see a breaker was formed. We see a 1 hour order block in here, and we'll just see what happens tomorrow if price does reject off it. Then if price does reject off it, then we can expect to see this fair value gap being filled in. Actually, we'll just write fair value gap. So we'll be watching how price reacts off this level. If we can see some bearishness, and then tomorrow during New York session we see some type of setup within the bearish trend down here, then we can sell it to the fair value gap. Or maybe this would be better, fair value gap on 1 hour. So for EU, what I'm looking at is, once again, we do have a breaker block in here. We have this nice area, and like I said, I would sell right here if it was kill zone, but right now it's only Sunday and the market is just open, so I'll have to see price action. So we see that price came and retraced back to the 0.79, and on top of that we also have a 4 hour order block, and price rejected off that level. What I want to see is a continuation to the downside, maybe fill in this fair value gap. But however, we also do see a break and retest, so there is a possibility price can go to the upside because we are at a low, a very, 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 very low. Look at this. This is the lowest I think GBP has been for like since 1980. So maybe fundamentally, I mean, I don't really go into fundamentals, but we are at a really, really, really low level, as we can see here. So maybe the GBP banks might start doing something where they can push the GBP currency up. But as of right now, I'm still looking for bearishness unless we break this high up here. Unless we break this high and have a break of market structure, then I could possibly see price going to the upside. But for now, currently, we'll see how price reacts. So like, as traders, our goal is not to predict the future. Our goal is to react with the markets and profit off that. Let's see. Yeah, so if price comes up here, maybe we could start seeing some bullishness to the upside. We could see a break of structure and price continue up. Same here, as we can see, price respected this. If we can see price come out and take this high, we could see possible bullishness. But for now, if tomorrow when I wake up in New York session, I do see price reject off this level, for example, is this it? So like, for example, I see price rejecting off this level and it creates like an order block on the higher time frame or lower time frame in here, or a nice like breaker block or any type of institutional resistance, then it will be a nice time to sell to the fair value gap. Same with GU. I want to see some type of bearishness in here. If price creates some bearishness and then some type of setup in here, then I could sell to this fair value gap, or 1 or 2, whichever is better. So EU, GU, so DXY. So as we can see, it did come to a a daily order block, a 4-hour order block, and retracement level. A fair value gap in here was filled in. 1 hour, 4-hour order block was created in here. So like I said, we're seeing a nice support level currently. But if somehow fundamentally, because what's currently happening in the world right now, if something happens where price does come down, then we can expect to see some bearishness. So down here, I would see bearishness because it's a break of structure. If price comes down here, but for now, I like this rejection level. I want to see price respect this support level right here. So we do have a nice support level for the week. So this week might be interesting. If we can see price reject off this level, we can just buy it all the way up. We can just buy, and it'll be a very interesting week. It looks like a good week actually. Looks like a good week. We have an idea of what might happen. So for now, that's all I'm looking at. Price came back to the 4-hour order block, to a retracement level, to continue the downtrend, as well as a fair value gap filled in. If we can see some bearishness rejection off this, then maybe for tomorrow New York session, we can expect to see some sells into these fair value gaps. And also guys, since it is the beginning of the week, I just want to make sure that all of you guys have your system or trading rules written down somewhere right near your trading laptop or on your trading table. It's very important that you keep trading as systematic and robotic as possible. For me, I already have my trading rules ingrained in my head, which is 1, risk 0.5%, 2, max, 1 to 2 risk to award, 3, maximum 2 L's in a day. And also make sure that not only do you have in a day how much you can lose maximum, but also in a week how much you can lose maximum. For me, it's 2 L's in a day. So most I can lose in one day is 1%. However, you should have in a week as well. So for example, for me, what I do is if I take 4 L's in a row, 4 L's in a row, that's negative 2%. And for me, I just stop trading for the week. Stop trading. So the most I can lose in 1 week is negative 2%. And the reason why I stop trading is because, like I said, it's all psychological. If you want to trade and have the most profit, be the most profitable, you don't need high accuracy. You need good psychology when you're trading. There's a correlation between trading psychology and profitability. If you have good trading psychology, you will be profitable. So after 4 L's in a row, that's negative 2%. I stop trading because I'm fine with losing negative 2% in 1 week, because it doesn't really scare me that I'm down negative 2%. But if I were to not have a cap, I could end up losing negative 5%, or I might even lose my account because of over trading or because of my bad psychology from having a losing streak. So make sure you do have a cap on the maximum you can lose in a week and the maximum you can lose in a day. That's very important. And make sure you can follow it, because most people, they have a system, but the other part is following it. It's very hard to follow it. But if you can stay disciplined, follow your rules, it's very simple. The game is very, very simple. But most people do not succeed because they let their emotions, their greed, their impatience get to them. In order to become disciplined in the markets, you have to be disciplined in real life. So make sure you are doing stuff in your life that is consistent, that requires discipline, such as hitting the gym consistently or running or doing something in your life besides trading that requires discipline. That way it can go on the charts. That way there's a balance between real life discipline and trading discipline, because you cannot have an imbalance. Like I mentioned before, you can't be disciplined in the markets and not be disciplined in real life. So that's all for today. It's just the start of the week. We'll have much more weekly outlooks, but for now, this is an idea what I'm looking at. If we can see a rejection, I'll look for sells. If price comes up to this high, then I'll possibly be bullish because it's a break of market structure. So that's all for today, and I'll catch you guys maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, depending if price gives some movement. Okay guys, so I just realized while I was uploading the video that it's NFP week, so that changes a little bit. So basically on NFP, I trade on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday if price action is really clean. But from Thursday London session and forward, I do not even look at the charts. A lot of you guys might think, oh, you could trade NFP, or maybe you guys have seen people post online their profits during NFP. But believe me, for every one person you see on social media that has big profits from NFP, there's hundreds or thousands of people who have lost their account, who are in big drawdown, whose stop loss has been slipped. It's very, very hard to trade in news. CPI, NFP, FOMC, do not touch the markets at all, because it's either you make big profits or you lose a lot in your account, and that's not how you trade. That's gambling at that point. If it's either win big or win lose, that's not trading, that's gambling. So make sure you are not trading in news. The profits you see on social media are people who got lucky and who were on the right side. But like I said, for every one person who wins, there's hundreds or thousands who have lost. And the people who have lost, it's not like losing a regular trade. Their account probably got slipped, meaning they lost more than they originally intended to. So do not touch the markets during big red news. And we'll see what happens during NFP this week. But like I said, I won't be touching the markets after Thursday. So I'll catch you guys. Don't trade NFP.